Three, two, one. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Nine Hole Podcast. We're here with David and Ian. We are live. Master Sunday. David, what's going on, brother?
Dude, you hit right there, Master Sunday. I am way too into golf right now. I think it has been filling a void in my life that was left from baseball. You know, I haven't played professional baseball in 5 years now. But when I was playing, I was constantly working on mechanics, constantly like doing mirror drills, like thinking of like all these different things in my head, like trying to go to sleep. Like, okay, what if I hold it this way? Whatever. And golf has been doing that to me bad. So the Masters is the first major of the year. Augusta National, one of the most, sought after golf courses in the world. Gorgeous. That place looks like it's fucking hard.
Yeah,
And it's been fun to watch, especially now, like how into golf I am now. I'm really enjoying it.
I love it, dude. It's I try to watch it. I try to stay kind of in the mix, in the know. I try to like pay
It's
attention,
hard.
man. Obviously, like there are people that fucking win these tournaments and these different uh I don't even are they tournaments? I don't even
Yeah.
know. Are they
Yeah.
matches?
Tournament.
Right? Everybody's it's I don't know. I don't recognize the names up top. Obviously, like you hear the names if you're not a golf fan and you can be like, okay, Koepka. I hear that guy's name all the time. Scheffner.
Okay.
Scheffner's up there.
Scheffler.
Fucking I know who Tiger Woods is. I know who VJ Singh is. But the people, the new guys, I don't really know them, so it's tough for me to like, buy in.
Scotty Scheffler is the man, and he's been the number one golfer for probably like the last like 5 years.
Okay.
And what he does every weekend is unbelievable.
Really?
Yeah. And Max Homa's up there right now. He's a straight shooter. He does like YouTube stuff. He goes on those like YouTube guys' videos and just talks shit and golfs. And he's kind of like the people's player right now.
Oh,
Scotty Scheffler about to have a baby. Like his wife is about to pop any second.
really?
And yeah, he's just like a normal dude. Doesn't want to do like any type of like marketing or advertising. He's like just a straight shooter.
He just wants to play.
Yeah, DeChambeau was up there, but he went
I
to
remember that
live
name.
and he crushes the ball. But he has like his own YouTube channel too.
That
But yeah,
live thing is lucrative.
there's some though these guys will win. I think they win like $5 million if they win this tournament.
The Masters or live?
Masters,
They
just
get the green jacket
just
too.
one weekend. Yeah, so these guys are playing. That's what I think. Like Scotty Scheffler's caddy right now has made more money this year than Rory McIlroy has, who's like number 2 golfer in the world right now. Like in the last, I don't know, year.
Damn,
His caddy, the guy that holds his bag.
that's fire, bro. That's
Yeah.
fire. I know there's a lot of money in that. I seen Tiger Woods. He's not doing so well. I know he's kind of getting older. He's had a plethora of injuries, bunch of like off the course problems. Dude, he looks different, bro. The
He looks like
Botox daddy.
HGH or something to me.
Yeah, his face is a little puffy. He's got the puffy
Yeah.
face.
He
So
he just today is his 100th round of the Masters. And
okay.
he's made, I don't know, some crazy amount of cuts in a row. I mean, what he's done with his career, like I told you about Scotty Scheffler, number 1 golfer the last like 5 years. Like he's doing unbelievable things. Like he doesn't even right now he doesn't even sniff Tiger Woods' career.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I wish we were older when when Tiger was doing what he was doing because there
You
would
can
never be
appreciate
another.
it.
Yeah, never. No one else would be like him.
Yeah, you always heard about how good Tiger Woods was. I can't put it into perspective. You know what I mean, dude?
Yeah,
I try to know this golf shit. I went to the range today and I'm absolutely horrendous. Dude, I'm horrendous. Trying to learn, bro.
dude, I got invited. One of my lessons, dad's, he's pretty high up at a local company here. Does well for himself. He's a member of a country club here in town. I got invited to the country club on Friday, and I was
CC.
so pumped up. And I went there, and there was like 8. There's like 4 groups of 4. All these guys, rich dudes, all can fucking swing it. All are good golfers. And my first couple holes, I was like, all right, nice. But I mean, it's my second round after shoulder surgery.
Got it. Yeah, that's
And
right.
dude, I don't know. I didn't feel like I belonged. I felt uncomfortable. I don't have that type of money. I don't have that type of status. I don't like these are all like 40-year-old dudes that have live
Fame.
on the golf course. Yeah, $1 million
Yeah.
homes, and
I get it.
they all can play. And I don't know. I felt really embarrassed. It was not a very good experience, honestly.
I get it. Maybe the confidence was a little bit low, out of your
Yeah,
element.
yeah,
Dude, that all makes sense. I get it. I feel like out of my element whenever I touch the golf course, bro. But we called this meeting today. We called this episode today because we are now, I guess you could say, in the heart of baseball. Like
yeah.
the fucking first week, second week jitters, right? Hopefully they're shaking out, dude. Everybody's kind of like settling in, getting into a groove. We're kind of seeing where the progression starts. Some teams are starting to separate, dude. Some teams are starting to play up to their potential. I know that we're less than 20 games in, whatever it is, but like you can kind of get a sense and a feel for where some teams are at, where some teams are lacking, and the common theme seems to be that pitchers are fucking blowing out, dude. Pitchers are blowing out left and right. So Spencer Strider, the Braves, Spencer Strider, just had his elbow repaired on Friday. So that was 3 days ago, and he's going to be out for the season, dude. So the Atlanta Braves ace Spencer Strider will miss the rest of the season after having surgery to repair the UCL in his right elbow. Dr. Meister in Arlington performed the procedure on Friday, so they didn't just like redo it, right? They did some internal avoided
Reconstruction.
TJ. Yeah. Okay, so we had TJ in 2019 when he was at Clemson. So this was just like you use a part of your body, right? Take something out to like restructure the shit.
Does it say internal brace?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it
that's
does.
that's the old company I was with. That's Arthrex, and that's just drilling into the bone right here and putting an anchor, which is like a biocomposite, which actually absorbs into your body and has little holes in it, so it can allow for bony ingrowth. And they take suture and basically strap it over and dunk another anchor in, like it makes it's like a seatbelt. So they just strap
Oh,
down. Yeah, they just strap down. And they can tension it for as tight as they want, but the recovery is much quicker than a full reconstruction from Tommy John. So that's actually good
okay.
news if he comes back from that quickly.
Yeah. So, okay, exactly, dude. Recovery from the internal brace surgery, the seatbelt, uses an artificial material, make the repair, has allowed pitchers to return to the major leagues in as few as 9 months. Tommy John, on the other hand, which
Yeah,
uses a tendon from, some other part of your body
right
in
here.
here or in your calf, right? If you have it or you don't have it, replaces the torn ligament and has a typical rehab period of 12 to 18 months, dude. So you hit it right on the head, right on the head. This helps them, I guess, restructuring it obviously has a quicker return time, dude. But what we've been seeing is a like plethora of pitchers going on the shelf, fucking flamethrowers, right? Especially starting pitchers that the velocity
Strikeout
on.
guys. Yeah,
Yeah, dude, power pitchers, man, blowing out, dude. So we got Spencer Strider joins Garrett Cole and Kyle Bradish, who finished in the top of their league's Cy Young race last year, as suffering major arm injuries, and they're out, dude. Like, so what do we have on all this? Some of the best pitchers in the game are out. People are just getting fucking hurt left and right. People are blowing out. Elbow injuries numbers are rising, dude. There's more TJs last year in 2023 than there were in the whole decade of the 1990s combined, bro. What do you got on this being an ex pitcher, dude? What do you think is like the cause of this, and what do you think maybe could be the path forward from this?
yeah. Some of that I feel like we can't look too far into it because like a '90s pitcher is just completely different unless you're like Randy Johnson or something like guys like my dad that played. My dad threw probably upper 80s, low 90s, but could throw the ball wherever he wanted and had 4 or 5 pitches and would drop down and throw sliders. And like their job was to go deep into games and compete. And my dad and some of these 90 guys probably had the ability to throw mid 90s. And I mean, they did, but they weren't trying to blow your socks off every pitch.
Yeah.
And a guy like Garrett Cole, I think, is an outlier there because he was number one pick overall. He's been nasty his entire career through throwing 100 miles an hour. I mean, he's always had the stuff. But nowadays, with computer generated data
Mm,
and crazy spin
analytics.
rates and induced vertical break, and like I think Justin Verlander hit the nail on the head. He was like, "Hey, if a guy gives up a hit on 95, but he's capable of throwing 100, they're like, hey, why did you throw 95 there?
Mm,
Why'd you not rip the seams off that baseball and throw 100? And then guys now, like I watch these bullpens or something will come across or some YouTube thing, and it's a kid, throwing 90 miles an hour max effort, and they're like, yeah, wearing some crazy contraption to like I don't know. And I'm like, all that work for 90 miles an hour, but like you don't have no idea where it's going.
That's not it.
Yeah, but like I told you, I text you that I was like, some guy will be like, hey, my slider, if I do this and crank on it here, the spin and induced vertical break and the inches of movement, Major League Baseball players have a 14% more swing and miss rate. Like it's all numbers now.
Yeah.
And they're trying to keep a job. They're making great money. I mean, the game has changed. Like my dad's era, 90s era, like they would, here's the ball, go give us 7 innings. We're going to take you out. But it's your game.
100%. Dude, the whole analytics of everything, I'm sure it's got to be in the back of their minds. Not saying that's why these pitchers are fucking blowing out, but I mean, you're practicing around analytics, you're performing around analytics, you get paid off of analytics, spin rate, RPMs, all that shit, dude. Like I don't understand it, but getting rid of the spider tack and the foreign substances and maybe changing the ball, maybe everybody, cranking up, throwing 100 miles an hour fucking plus now. You mix in the baseball season's always been long. Like pitchers are always going to get X amount of starts. If you're a starter,
Yeah.
you can expect to have X amount of innings on your elbow, on your shoulder. Like that hasn't changed, bro. It's been around for 100 years. So the only thing that I can think of, which I can't really find merit to it and fucking make it make sense, is the pitch clock. Does the pitch clock have any effect or influence on this? Because dude, what else would
Yeah.
it be? Like, I don't think you could move quick, bro. You could fucking work quick. But
Yeah, I
like
had no problem with that.
that didn't affect you. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, dude.
I don't think it's that. I think it's grip this pitch, throw it as nasty as you can, because if you leave one hanging, it's not your best possible slider or your best possible fastball. You're going to get tittied. And now the data's out there. Like it's like anything. Like if I crush a drive off the tee box and it's 300 yards, but then I swing easy and it's 250, but straight down the middle, me being a man and an ex-athlete and having an ego,
Yeah.
I want to hit it 300 yards every time. But like the data and like the TrackMans and stuff, even in golf, they're like, hey, you can get 50 yards closer to the green when you swing hard and hit these checkpoints. And why aren't you doing that?
100%.
Like it's same. I think it's same in baseball. Like I don't know about the pitch clock thing. Like I get that that's a new rule, but I think that's just grabbing onto something. I think it's
Yeah. Yeah.
rip,
That's what I
rip,
felt,
rip
bro.
these seams and throw it as hard as you fucking can. And if you don't, we're gonna
Max
find someone
effort.
that does. Yeah.
Yeah, max effort, max data, dude. It's almost like you hear over time, over evolution, like our bodies adapt, like an animal adapts over like over the period of evolution, right? You adapt traits and you adapt like fucking behaviors that help you stay alive and live, right? So
Yeah.
like a pitcher, I don't know, he throws 3,000 RPMs on something, and like you said,
Curveball. Yeah.
yeah, you got to get back there. I don't know, maybe the subconscious or the body or whatever, your elbow adjusts to that and you try to
It's an
bring out the
ego
max
thing.
effort. Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know I could throw the ball. I had good control. I didn't walk really anyone. I gave up hits and stuff because I was around the zone, but I threw my average fastball was like 90 miles an hour. Could I just max effort throw one 94, 95? Probably. I had, that's on my checkbook,
Yeah.
but I had no idea where it was going. And so like I don't understand, and would if that would have kept me around longer, and if they're like, Holman, you're 6'5", 225 pounds, like we've seen you throw 95, like why aren't you throwing 95 to continue to play baseball? I'd probably be trying to throw 95.
I love it. I
Yeah.
love it, dude. So we got Oakland confirming the move to Sacramento. So they're going to be the Sacramento A's
I don't get it.
at
Yeah.
the conclusion of this season. So that's kind of tough. That's tough. Happy for them, I guess, obviously, because they've solidified something. But yeah, we've talked about this before. Imagine fucking grinding your beanbag off to get to the show, and like you're debuting in Sacramento. Like,
I've played here.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Imagine
yeah.
getting like called up you're in AAA or something and just going to like a AAA stadium you've already been at.
It's tough.
I don't know.
Obviously, like it's cool. They're going to find ways to make that ballpark major league ready and major league like presentable. Think about when the fucking Blue Jays kind of did that thing in Buffalo, right? Remember they were playing in
Yeah,
Buffalo. Vladdy got called up and like he's hitting home runs in Buffalo. That stadium fucking stunk. And
really.
like, dude, the clubhouse and
Never
stuff
played there.
was abysmal, dude. Terrible. So like they had to do some major renovations, I'm sure, to make that major league quality, as I'm sure they're going to be doing at Sacramento. It's not at that level where it's dumpy, but like,
Well, hey, I mean,
yeah,
I feel bad saying this, but the Oakland Coliseum isn't.
it's no peach. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's no fucking peach.
they had aren't those guys? Isn't the Vegas? Isn't that their team?
Yeah, hey, dude,
Oh,
that place is chef's kiss.
yeah,
That
that's one
place
of
is
the
chef's
nicest AAA
kiss.
stadiums ever.
You
So
get
what?
lost in
Imagine
that
going
shit,
from
dude.
there to Sacramento, right? Is that how that works?
Oh, just
Hey,
think of
can I just stay in AAA and
going
you play?
backwards.
Yeah,
Yeah, going backwards, dude. So they got the A's are kind of they're having some fucking tough luck, dude. Well, I'll just like call it like it is. So they kind of got this stuff, this ping pong with Las Vegas, right? The mayor said, "Get out, we don't want you," and they end up here. So they're here. They got all their comments and stuff turned off.
aren't they
Like
going
Twitter,
to Vegas? Like that's like the end goal, isn't that what's happening?
dude, I can't
I
even
thought there was
keep
like
up.
an
I don't think
interim. Sacramento was going to
for a couple
be,
of years.
yeah, and then I don't know.
We'll see what happens,
It's
dude.
hard to
It's
keep up with that stuff. That's like
all
all,
hearsay at this point.
yeah,
But
business and taxes and
they
all
got
that. It's got to work
the A's have so they're catching heat right now for not calling up one of their top dudes.
to
Um,
avoid arbitration.
yes, 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 dude. So Asturi Ruiz is absolutely tearing the cover off the ball in AAA. Brent Rooker just went on the IL for the A's, and instead of calling up Ruiz, they took somebody that's hitting under $180, right? And why is that? Because Oakland wants to retain this dude and not call him up too early, hold him down for a week more to gain an extra year or like control of arbitration, right, dude? What do you got on this? And like with Oakland turning off their comments on their social media, excuse me, not obviously like I don't even know what to say, man. It might be a little tough time for them. This kind of
Yeah,
reminds me a little bit of when the Seattle Mariners were going through that rebuild. They were catching a lot of heat, catching a lot of hate, like losing season after losing season, giving away some talent and stuff, and kind of stashing the farm, building that shit back up. Remember the hate they used to get, dude? It kind of reminds me a little bit of this, but like, what do you got on the stashing the players, keeping them for an extra
yeah.
year of control? Like, what do you got on this whole situation Oakland's kind of fucking going through?
Well, first of all, like, you look at some of the guys the Mariners gave away, like right now in the big leagues. When we were there, they're solidified studs.
Yeah,
I'd love to see what the Mariners would be like if they held on to those dudes, but that's here nor there. I think the general public doesn't really understand how it works. So, like we talked about, Holiday just getting called up, right, for the Orioles. That kid is gonna. I mean, it has to be strategic. If you call him up, he's gonna stay there. Like he's not going back down. Like when I was with, I didn't really realize how this worked until I was in AAA because you get called up, that's one option. And if you can get sent up and down as many times as you want. But if you're a dude, that's not going to happen. Like you're taking someone's full time spot. Like you're not going back to AAA probably. So a guy like that, it's more like, hey, we really did. Is he ready for the big leagues? Fully, every aspect of it. And a guy like Brendan Rodgers I played with, he got called up when I was in AAA my first year, I think, or maybe my second year. And I mean, he's been there ever since. But he's his second,
yeah,
or he's
dude.
like first rounder, second pick overall, some fourth pick overall. So like there's more to it than just being like, hey, this guy's ready for the big leagues. Like you have a 10-year vet. Is he gonna replace that guy? Is he gonna be good for the locker room? Are we willing to pay him big league minimum? Is he gonna take a guy on the 40 minutes roster when this guy's coming back? It's a business and there's so much more that goes into it than like, hey, this guy's ready. And I mean, we see it with Holiday. I know we're gonna get into it right now, but like he has a very small sample size, and I think that kid's going to be great. I mean,
Yeah,
the only thing I worry about with him is like how hard he plays, which I know that sounds stupid, but that kid Jackson Holiday, I mean, sprints out every
hair on
ground
fire.
ball. Yeah, which I love, but I don't know if that's sustainable. He's 20 years old, so he can get away with it. But um, there's just more pieces. There's a ton of moving pieces that go into it to get someone called up. I think the A's right now probably have no money. They're trying to find their forever home. They want to control a guy, and yeah, I think that's bullshit. But
100%, brother.
it's
So
business,
like
man. It's became more of a business now than it ever has, I think.
100%. Talk about the amount of money on the line now consistently, and so Jackson Holiday he's had 3 games under his belt. They are I have this article up, and the Baltimore Sun has it. The Orioles are confident that Jackson Holiday can break out amid his early slump. So they're already calling it an early slump, dude. He's got 3 games and 11 ABs under his belt. Like, he's got 7 strikeouts, has not hit the ball hard. He's 20 years old, and we're already kind of not ringing the whistle, ringing the bell already, but trying to putting the word slump in there
That's
amidst
stupid.
a 20-year-old making his debut and getting his first 11 at bats, bro. What are we doing? What
Yeah,
are
it's
we
just a
doing?
dumb writer. I don't know.
Yeah,
That kid's gonna be fine. I played with his dad in AAA. Matt
I think
Holiday. He was with us for like the whole year.
that's right, dude.
Yeah, remember
That's
that?
right. Yeah, Albuquerque.
Yeah, once a month he would buy us like like a $10,000 spread, and he stayed. Him and his entire family stayed at like the nicest hotel in Albuquerque, and just rented out like 6 rooms on like the penthouse floor. And
Really?
Jackson would come to the field.
No way.
Yeah, and he'd be in the locker room just following us around, like hanging out with his dad, taking BP. And I mean, I don't want this to sound bad, but like Matt and his family would like fly private to like El Paso
It's
instead of like
fantastic.
driving on the bus.
What hotel was that at? What's the
Uh,
nicest hotel in Albuquerque?
it's let me look it up. It was right downtown, and it was not cheap.
I bet.
And
Damn.
everyone like he didn't think he was going to be there very long.
Oh, I'm sure. I get
And
it.
every
I
month
get
he was like, "Oh shit, I gotta get spread again."
it.
I think it's called Hotel Chaco, maybe,
Hotel
or
Choco.
Albuquerque at Old Town.
Ooh, 2 totally different names.
Yeah, I don't know.
Those aren't even
They're
remotely
like
close.
yeah, $300-$400 a night. I don't know,
That's nothing. Get a couple rows.
or
It's fucking nothing. It's peanuts.
Andaluz. I don't know, one of these hotels, but he had the whole like top story.
Yeah, he's probably spent it was probably under 100 G's for that for sure. It's nothing.
Yeah, well, like I read an article when his son got called up, he could not find any commercial flights to get there in time to be in Boston. So he called in a favor that he called a PJ, a private jet, and they left at like 4 in the morning. And like his grandpa and his uncle and his mom and his brothers and sister or something all jumped on this
It's
private
awesome.
jet, flew right into Boston, and they were like on the field for BP.
Fire. That
Yeah.
suck. You don't have those options if you don't have money, bro.
Yeah.
Like everybody says, money's not the answer. Well, like fucking options are the answer. And you
Yeah.
only have options in life if you have money.
I would
So
say money doesn't buy happiness. I understand that to an extent, but like I know I'd be a lot more happy if I had some money.
yeah. Options are cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got Shohei Otani with everything kind of going on with the illegal gambling ring. His interpreter stealing money from him. Being, this is a whole lot has come to light here, bro. So I initially thought that Ipe was the fall guy.
So that's can you explain what came out that he's not? Because I still think he is.
Dude, it came out that I think the number was 16 million
Yeah.
that Ipe like took from him and was
19,000 bets or something.
just like, dude, I don't even know what else to say. Like, I guess it just came out like there were receipts and everything. Like he admitted to it. He was texting the bookie. They have text messages saying like, yeah, basically I defrauded. I was stealing money from Shohei. Like there was no denying it. So at first I thought it was just a clusterfuck of pointing fingers and trying to like whenever that happens, there's like, okay, something doesn't meet the eye here. And obviously we're going to, of course, this is the most recognizable, the highest paid athlete in the United States, right? The
A
biggest name
superstar.
in baseball. This is the next Babe Ruth, right? And this is the biggest name. Think about the whole $700 million fucking contract that was deferred. And so we are in the biggest market, right? Aside from New York, we're in LA. Like, of course, when the fingers are pointed to the little guy, I think, dude, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
something's not right here. It seemed like something wasn't right. Turns out it was right. And the Ipe was just a dude that was skimming, just taking,
He's a
taking.
degenerate.
Yeah. So he had
That's a
lost,
horrible problem.
like, he had lost a lot of money. I forget what the amount of like losing bets totaled, but over X amount of bets, like he had lost, 40 mil or something. I forget what that was, right? He
And
had
Otani
taken,
bailed him out a couple times, right?
there were reports that Otani was the one that said, I'll bail you out of your bets. But it turns out that wasn't
Oh,
the case. So like I'm kind of confused on what everything's going on. But the federal investigation said and states like Ipe's out on fucking bail now. Like 25 G's, I think, got him out. Like this is real now. So I was severely mistaken. And so we've seen that Verlander's brother, Ben Verlander, who has had a consistent like, career of sucking off Otani before all this happened. He's always kind of been like on his leg, like a little dog, which not throwing shit, just saying like he's always kind of been, sucking him off. He put out a great video kind of explaining it. And like I fell into that camp, dude, where it was like, hey, there are all these facts and like it's a 37-page report. Why like either read it or kind of get right. And dude, what he was saying was fucking right, bro. So
yeah.
I was mind blown. Couldn't believe that Ipe was seriously taking money from him like that, bro. Blew my mind. Not hoping that, Goliath, the biggest giant in the game of baseball, was going to come down, but obviously like you got fucking basketball, you got football and surpassing baseball in terms of views, in terms of like revenue generated, and what's the number one sport in America? Like I get it. So like any type of shit aside from the norm brings like attention to the game, and it's like,
Yeah.
okay, hey, look, obviously this is not going to be good for the game of baseball, but like I'm down to see somebody burn. You know what I mean?
Honestly, they say there's no such thing as bad press. Like right now, baseball is like third,
Yeah.
So like maybe something like this, as horrible as it is, like hey, that's hardcore, that's crazy. Like what happened? And then you see like people talking about it more and whatever. I who knows, but um yeah, that's not good, and I feel bad for Otani because this was like his like brother.
Yeah, dude, they were close. They grew up. I guess they were doing this for a while, bro. And I was I was wondering how this was going to affect not only Otani, the start of play, right, but also the Dodgers, dude. So they're sitting at the top of their division, right? They're kind of not neck and neck, but the Padres are right behind them.
Yeah,
So
4 games ahead, I think.
yeah, Otani's first game since what amounted to vindication from the betting scandal that surrounded him over the past 2+ weeks saw him total 3 extra base hits and tie Hideki Matsui, for the most home runs by a Japanese-born player in the major leagues, dude.
I think
So
that's crazy.
yes, yes, yes. And think about how long Otani's been here, or how short. His homer, the 175th of his career, came on his first swing on Friday's game. An eventual loss to the Padres in 11 innings. But the $700 million superstar, began the season with just 8 hits in his first 33 ABs. Ooh, that's not good, but has since gone 16 for 35 with 12 extra base hits and 4 of them being dinghies. His OPS is up to 1098 and is ninth amongst qualifiers, dude. So he seems to be catching his stride a little bit. The Dodgers seem to not be too affected from this, dude. What do you got? Do you think like we talked about the gambling the controversy, dude,
Yeah.
but do you think this is sustainable with everything kind of going on? The press, obviously, no press is bad press, but like, is this
It's not
sustainable.
easy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think probably not what he's doing right now, but he's gonna have a good year. I mean, he's maybe the most talented player to ever grace a baseball field.
Yeah.
And I always I can relate this more to pitching, but like first month of the year, you see someone with 10 innings and they have a 9 ERA. I'm like, so what? Like guys getting crushed and he's not striking out anyone. Like I'll check back in 4 months and that guy has like a sub 1 ERA. You know, so I don't put too much emphasis. Like who was it last? Was it last year? The Rays started off like 20-0 or I don't know, some crazy
Ooh,
number where they didn't lose a ball game. I mean, the Royals right now are like 10-5.
they're hot. They're fucking hot, dude.
Yeah, and I'm
They're
sorry.
hot.
I wish the best for them, but like I don't think they're gonna stay up
Yeah, it's
there.
not sustainable.
Yeah, so like a guy like Shohei Ohtani,
Um,
crazy drama surrounding him, but like if anyone can do it, and he doesn't speak English very well. I don't mean that to be mean, but he turns on TV and like yeah, he'll see his face and maybe he could pick up a few words or something, but like it's not like he's just getting blasted all day when he turns on the radio and like it's kind of he can probably tune it out a little bit easier than you and I could if this was happening to us.
yeah, we had a we had the benches clear last night between the Padres and the Dodgers, right? That
Yeah, that's
rivalry.
stupid.
Yeah, dude. So the fifth inning of the 5-2 win versus the Padres at Dodger Stadium. They cleared after Gavin Stone almost hit Jurickson Profar, who, Will Smith, the catcher, has said, "Why would we throw at him? He's kind of irrelevant." But this Mr. Stone, Gavin Stone, retired the first 13 batters that he had faced. Right, so he was going well, and I guess one came up and in, dude, and I guess
He
he
looked
was
like a
kind of
cutter
having a
almost.
yeah. So let's see. I guess he had a perfect bid. Like he had a perfect game going, right? Fifth inning, and Jerkson Profar fucking turned around the bunt. First pitch, showed bunt. And then he threw one up and in next pitch. They got chirpy, dude. They kind of got into
I
it.
did that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I feel bad saying this, but like that soft ass shit, like that's not good for baseball. That's not good for anything. If you get, I know it's not fun being thrown at, but like backing someone off the plate, controlling the inside part of the zone, that like if you don't do that as a pitcher, like you're gonna have a tough time,
Yeah.
really tough time. So I think that was a really good pitch. I thought it was definitely avoidable, and I have the softest spot in my heart for Latin players. I love Latin players, but that move right there was such a Latin player move. Like, hey, Poppy, what are you doing? Like, like, you know who I am? And the guy's like, I'm throwing a perfect game. You squared up to bunt when I'm throwing a perfect game. I'm gonna buzz you a little bit.
Yeah.
Like that's almost like an unwritten rule of baseball. Maybe he's just like just you want to see the pitch, whatever he squares around. I'm doing the same thing because if I jam a dude and he fouls one like off his like ankle guard or whatever or his foot and he's hopping around, I'm throwing that same exact pitch right where he just fouled it off,
Yeah, dude.
and I'm seeing if he'll foul it off his ankle again. Like I'm sorry, but that's baseball, and if you don't like it, like I'm sure that guy would have fought him, no, no problem. Will Smith would have fought him. Like you need more of that, I think, a little bit. Like, hey, fuck you. Like I don't know. That's where like I know we'll get into it too. I don't agree with everything that Trevor Bauer does, but he is not afraid to
Yeah,
talk
dude.
some shit.
That's somebody right there. That's somebody right there. Let's jump into it, dude. So he's not in the big leagues. We talked about how many elbow injuries are going on.
Yeah,
We talked about the deficiencies in pitching, dude. Everybody needs pitching help, dude. There
he's
isn't a
good.
team. Yeah, I mean, just off the top. So last year, right? He's pitching in Japan. Last year, dude, 2.76 ERA in
Yeah,
Japan, 130 plus innings pitched,
he
and
faced the Yankees this year in
this
spring training.
dude in the like Mexico team, right? He was with the
Yeah,
Mexican team, and he was like fucking around on the mound,
it wasn't the
telling
full
him,
lineup. Did you
telling
see
him,
he did like a vlog against the Dodgers minor league team or something, like a video vlog, whatever. And he's having like fans in the stands call pitches.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's telling him what's gonna come, or like to asking him
Yeah,
what he should throw
he
to.
was like telling him like he was like 97, 99. And the guy is kind of a fuck, but
Yeah,
he's got good shit, really good shit.
for sure.
And the way he thinks, like he's got to be on the spectrum. I think he's actually maybe admitted that. I don't know. Yeah, but he can think like 2 pitches ahead. He's like, okay, I threw him a sinking fastball that dropped down here, so I want to elevate his eyes. I'm going to come back with a splitter down and then a slider coming off of that because it's a perfect pitch. And like he's thinking all this stuff.
Yeah, yeah. He's high IQ, dude.
Yeah,
Scary high IQ.
he could pitch, but I mean, he was wrongfully accused. I mean, it came out. The girl admitted that she shouldn't have said that, and
She was trying to
maybe
be
it was a
funny.
weird situation, sure, but he was wrongfully accused of sexual assault in Major League Baseball in today's woke world. I'm sorry, but what do you? Their hands are tied. I think.
100%. It's no one wants to take a flyer on him. No one wants to. He's saying he would come out and he would fucking shove, which he's shown he can still do at a high level, perform at a high level. And just last year, throwing 130 plus innings and having those
Yeah,
types of statistics, dude. But these teams, even for league minimum, like he said he would do, like these teams don't want to take a chance because of that reputation, that wrongful accusation. Like, dude, even though he's wrongfully accused and it came out that he was telling the truth, like his career and his fucking reputation is still like over. You know what I mean? However you want
yeah,
to say it, but like he is not in a major league uniform right now because of that damage to his reputation, bro. Like that sucks.
yeah. And I mean, like I said, the girl came out and said this didn't happen. There's text messages and stuff. Like she ruined a career, but also there's got to be more to it too. I mean, I'm sure he's not the best teammate, maybe not the best clubhouse guy,
Yeah,
but like if you're in the business of winning baseball games, which we've talked about this, I don't think most MLB teams are. I think we need to get back to winning at all costs. Like that's how it should be about. It shouldn't be about ticket sales and all this. Like go win some baseball games and put together the best team. And that's why I wish pitchers could be like, hey, I went 7 innings, I got 15 ground balls, I had 2 strikeouts. Like I don't give a shit. We won the game.
amen,
And now it's like, well,
amen.
my velocity was down and I only had 7 strikeouts out of 9 innings. And like, dude, you just shoved.
Yeah, bro. We got some hate on Juan Soto with the Yankees. So he came up in a big spot the other day, and Sal Licata of WFAN Sports Radio was calling out Mr. Soto for looking for and taking walks in big situations, being selective, not doing damage, not swinging the bat. So there was a situation where it was man on first and second. Juan Soto was up in a big situation. He needed to come through. Aaron Judge is hitting behind him, and Juan Soto was selective and walked, brought up Aaron Judge, and Judge ended up flying out to center field, getting out of the threat. And Sal and some of the sports media calling him out, saying like first and second walk there from one of your big boys, it's not as good as a hit. Swing the bat. You want to get paid, swing the bat.
I'm
He said,
confused by that.
I cannot accept Soto just passing the baton. Don't just look for a walk. Look to do damage. Swing the bat, dude. What me being an ex-hitter, right? Not saying I was great, dude, but just shitting on a dude. And that's what it is. You're shitting on a dude for being selective, playing his game, doing what the Yankees brought him in there to do and pay him to do, get on base,
Yeah.
right? Score runs, drive in runs. Like he's been known as a selective hitter and a great on base threat his whole career, bro. So I think that's a real poor take. I only saw that because I saw Cameron Maben, who was a friend of the
Yeah.
show here, dude, was on probably about a month ago, dude. I saw him saying back like, bro, this is a fucking terrible take.
Well,
Terrible
think
take.
about it. Think about it this way. If you have that good of an eye or that good of an athlete, hand-eye coordination in today's game with the nasty splitters and sliders and sweepers and 100-mile-an-hour fastballs, to know he has an approach, he has a plan every time he gets up to the bat. If he does not see his pitch, he's not swinging, and he gets on base, and then the best power hitter of maybe our generation is following him and the base is loaded.
Yeah, dude. And you're
What?
shitting on the process, bro. Tell me you don't know baseball.
Yeah,
Without telling
that's
me you
not a
don't know
good.
baseball. Come on, man. Come
Yeah, he
on,
got on
man.
base and he extended the inning. Like that's when I was in junior college, like good junior college. That's all we tried to do was
It's a
extend the inning.
quality at bat, bro. It's a
Yeah,
quality at bat, dude.
yeah,
You're shit on
that
a
doesn't make any sense to me.
mm-mm,
If he saw his pitch, I guarantee he's swinging and trying to hit a home run.
for sure.
He didn't see it.
He's not taking, 2 or 3 fastballs right down the middle, bro. Come on.
Yeah, he's getting on base. If he was striking out, looking, that's a different story.
Then we got a problem, dude. Then we got a problem. We'll hit on performance around the league, the start of the season. Maybe we hit on that last, dude. I'd love to bring out Zach McKinstry and
Yeah,
dude. So AJ Hinch, man, there was an implosion. There was an implosion, right? Um, kind of imploded a little bit for the Tigers, bro. So McKinstry is automatically painted as the bad guy. Gave up a 3-run error, in a pretty big spot. And then AJ Hinch had gone out to the mound and had talked to the pitcher to inform him to let him know that this might be his last batter, and he fucked up and he forgot about the plate appear or the mound appearances, dude. Right? So they're different. I don't even remember all the rules, bro. Uh, but you can
it's
only
probably the
go out.
second visit in one inning, and if you do that, you got to take him out.
So I'm going online. I go on MLB.com, and it is just like player gives up gives up a big error, 3 runs, and gives up a 3-run like pitch, home run, whatever it is, dude. And it's like, man, you're painting this guy as the fucking bad guy, just right all over the place, and like he is kind of the fall guy for maybe a managerial mistake, dude. So um, Zach McKinstry played the entire game, starting at shortstop, and then shifted to third when Javier Baez entered at short for the 11th inning. So the Tigers were on their 4th pitcher at this point, stretching the closer Jason Foley for a second inning of work in hopes of giving Detroit a chance to wean. Both teams scored a run in the 11th, sending the game to the 12th, and Detroit to former closer Alex Lang. That doesn't make sense, but we'll just go with it. Lang walked in a run, but he struck out back-to-back hitters and was a strike away from sending a 1-run game to the bottom of the 12th. Him and DH Ryan Jeffers battled for 12 pitches, including 6 foul balls after an 0-2 count. So that's fire. With a full count and the runners on the move, Lang threw his 38th pitch of the inning, a curveball that Jeffers hit on the ground to third. The ball hopped under Zach McKinstry's glove as he shifted over, and it rolled to the left field corner as the bases cleared. That fucking sucks, dude. So he says, I played myself into a bad hop, got a little aggressive, should have retreated, took a weird hop. So the play ballooned the Twins' lead to 8-4. And then that's when, Lang nearing 40 pitches and the Tigers still looking at another 9-inning game to follow. AJ Hinch contemplated using a position player to pitch. So normally by rule, a 4-run game would be too close for that. But in extra innings, a position player can pitch regardless of the score.
I don't know what that means.
Whoa, they're talking about rules on position players pitching? Game would
I mean,
be
it's
too
just a
close for that.
strategy. If you got, that doesn't make any sense. I don't think there's
Yeah. So
rules on that.
that's what I'm saying, bro. So out came Hinch to let Lang know that Manuel Margot would be his last batter. But since the Tigers' second mound visit of the inning,
Yeah,
pitching coach Chris Fetter had visited 3 batters earlier after the bases loaded walk. Hinch had to take out Lang immediately. Hinch said, I fucked up. That's all me. Like, I messed up. That's when I guess like CB Buckner let him know when he was going back to the dugout after visiting again. Like, hey, dude, you got to take somebody out. You got to put somebody in, right? You got to take the pitcher out. You got to put somebody
yeah.
in. Quick ambush. McKinstry put him in there. Yeah.
It's
So
a bad day at the office.
it says, hit a slider. Matt Wallner hit a slider, a fucking hanging, banging slider from Zach McKinstry, the position player, for the 3-run home run. It finally got the last out by retiring Byron Buxton. So that's a tough day at the office, dude. You see, Major League Baseball players They live the dream, bro. They get paid to live the dream, but sometimes you get fucked.
Not always easy.
Yeah,
I mean, look at
sometimes you
it.
gotta earn it.
He'll laugh about that in a couple months, next year, whatever.
Yeah.
It sucks. Pour salt in the wound. Look at a guy like Bill Buckner from the Red Sox when they were in the
Oh
World
yeah.
Series. Ground ball right between his legs. He's gonna be known like for the rest of eternity. He's known for letting the ball
Forever.
go. Yeah,
Go
he's
ahead,
letting the
dude.
ball go through his legs, and I mean you can't say that his name without thinking
Oh yeah.
that. So maybe this isn't that caliber. That's just a shitty day on a baseball field.
100%, dude. It's a tough day. You gotta earn it,
Cool
though. You know
story
what I mean?
though.
Gotta earn it. Gotta earn it, dude. So we are X amount of games in. Everybody's got the jitters out. We're kind of going where we're going, dude. Performance around the league to start the season, dude. What do you got? Excuse me. Keep burping, dude. Fuck. Crazy. Are there any players? Are there any teams that are necessarily standing out to you that are hot right now, are underperforming? And dude, what do you got? Who's
Yeah, I
standing
mean,
out
I
to you?
kind of mentioned it with the Royals. I mean, 10-5. That's a little crazy to me. I do follow the Diamondbacks pretty closely, just because Scott McGuff,
Oh yeah.
former teammate of mine and shared fantasy football co-captain. We stay in touch pretty much every day. But I mean, they're 7-8, coming off a trip to the World Series. I don't think they're playing as well as. That's a tough division, though. Rockies suck.
Yeah, dude.
Rockies are always going to suck, I think. Yeah, Milwaukee.
That's tough.
That's sweet. And Pittsburgh, I read something before the season that Pittsburgh was going to kind of be like sneaky one of the best teams in baseball.
Hey, dude. So I said I called it out early. I called it out early before the dude. This was before I think it was maybe right around when spring training started. I said, dude, I mean, Pittsburgh's going to be playing. They're going to be playing meaningful games in September. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not saying they're necessarily going to make the playoffs, but like, they're going to be playing for some shit in September, I think, dude. And so, they're keeping pace with the Brewers, who are obviously fucking white hot, dude. So that's cool to see.
Yelich,
Dude,
man.
Yeah,
He's like playing like MVP caliber again.
that's crazy because especially like with the struggles kind of in the past after
Yeah.
fucking setting the world on fire, dude. The Rockies are if stinky, dude. The Astros are not doing so hot.
No.
The Giants, I said, like there are a bunch of Giants fans on No Filter and stuff. They're not doing so hot, bro. They're not looking hot. They're not looking hot, and they are in the division with the Dodgers and the Padres and the Diamondbacks. Does not look
Yeah.
good for them. That's unfortunate, but like, fucking.
Do you
is
remember
what it
Tom
is.
Murphy
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Albuquerque?
Yep.
He's on the Giants right now.
Is he?
Yeah, he's a wonderful human being. Best teammate probably I've ever had, but a crazy man.
I always heard that. I always heard he was crazy.
Strongest human being I've ever been around. He's just a dude. I mean, he can catch and he can hit, but like he's gonna have a job for a while because of how good of a teammate he is.
Yeah, dude. Well, it's it's cool to see, man. It's
Chicago's 2-12. White Sox.
yeah, they stink. They fucking stink, dude.
That's really bad.
But the Royals, man, I mean, the Rangers are doing all right.
Yankees.
The Yankees are hot, dude. Yankees are hot.
I mean, how can you not be with that lineup? And the Dodgers, I think, like we've talked about this way before, but it's the Dodgers' year to lose. Like if they lose, it's a disappointment. I mean, they built their roster so well that if they don't win a World Series this year or in the next 3 years, probably, like it's a failure.
Yeah, for sure, brother.
In my opinion.
Could not agree more, man. Could not agree more, dude. But it's everything I got, dude. That's everything we got here. See what happens with the Masters. We'll see who wins it. It's not going to be Tiger Woods. He's not going to win it this year. That's he's not going to do it this year.
Scotty Scheffler's winning his second green jacket.
Chef Daddy?
Yeah.
Well, he's about to tee off like right around now. I think he might have already.
He's already through one, I think, or two.
Okay. Well, we better go. We better go do our due dilly and watch that. Make sure.
Last thing I'll say on that, I don't know if you look at the live guys, like
Vijay Singh.
They're not doing very well.
Oof.
So I think that like I just talked to you about the country club thing, like playing at that like level, you gotta be locked in the entire time. PGA guys are locked in the entire time. Live is kind of like a party.
Okay.
Go get some money. I think like John
Try
Rahm's
the
even come out.
draw the crowd in, put
Yeah,
on a show.
Rahm's even come out and he's like, "Oh shit, like my form's down."
Yeah.
He's a
I felt
defending
that.
champion and he sucks right now.
That's not it, dude. Well, I appreciate you making time here. I appreciate everybody tuning in here to the Nine Hope podcast. We will be back with you after the weekend. Planning on having Nick Vincent on here in 3 days. Wednesday, be joined on here by Nick Vincent. Talk about some pitching. Talk about some video games. Man, just live life. David, I appreciate you being on here, brother. We will catch everybody here again next time.